Hey guys, Graham here again from Out of Left Field. Hope y'all are having great holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays to everybody out there listening to Out of Left Field. Wanted to bring you a new video as we get right close to Christmas time. We've got one more show coming for you, probably going to kick it off on Christmas Day or just the day after. So I hope you guys are going to be well rested, hopefully getting back into the swing of things after the holidays. So here's what the big video is about this week. We know that there's been a crazy story that's broken up in Wake Forest in the last couple of weeks. A former coach, a player, a lifelong Demon Deacon turns his back, stabs his old school, his old team in the back by giving plays to opposing teams. We know Louisville was implicated, Army was implicated, and that's a whole other topic that we're going to get to this week. But it got me thinking, what would happen if the same kind of thing happened in Major League Baseball? Now, let's be honest. We know that sign stealing is it's a fabric of Major League Baseball. It is something that every player, every coach, everyone is going to try and do. They're going to try and get a leg up, figure out what the signs mean, and give them the most competitive advantage possible. As the old saying goes, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Now, we don't want to have cheaters. We've already had the PED issue. We call those guys cheaters. This is a whole different story. But sign stealing as a whole has been going on for a long time. Back to the 60s, the 70s, back in the 80s, okay? All the way up until today. We had one happen even this year. Todd Frazier was accused of it. And there are whole different kinds of sign stealing, in my opinion. Some I'm good with, some bug me. So here's kind of my list. Back in the 1980s, the Chicago White Sox were known to have had a light bulb up in their scoreboard in center field. Somebody who sat in the manager's office had a switch on or off. If the bulb came on, you knew it was either a fastball or a breaking ball, and if it was off, it was the opposite pitch. However, it was set up for the day. Now that bugs me, okay? Don't have a guy sitting in the office watching TV, relaying signs, all that kind of jazz. Do it on the field, okay? We had the issue several years ago, I think it was 4 years ago in 2012, where there was a bullpen coach accused of using binoculars to look all the way from the bullpen into the catcher to see what signs were and try and relay signals back to the team. Same kind of thing. If you're that far away, let it be. Players getting up in the seats, let it be. But if you're a guy that's on second base, which we've seen plenty of time, Ben Zobrist was accused of doing it this postseason, actually. Yasmani Grandal, the Los Angeles Dodgers catcher, went on record and he said, quote, all of a sudden, Russell is not taking good swings at sliders, looking like he's looking for a fastball and in a certain location. Did we know Zobrist had the signs and he was doing something for it? Yeah, we did. We are literally paranoid when it comes to men on second, and they are trying to get signs. Now, he didn't say that he was doing anything wrong. They didn't come back and try and being Ben Zobrist. It was just part of the game. It's been a part of the game for years. That's why we see catchers run through so many signs when you have a guy in scoring position, mainly on second, when they can look straight in. And part of that is a mental game, right? You know that the runner on second is going to want to try and get in the heads of the pitcher and the catcher. If he turns his head one way, maybe they know he's tipping a pitch, maybe they see something, and it gets the pitcher off of his mental game, and he might make a mistake to your hitter. It works both ways. Same thing as a pitcher, tipping a pitch, same kind of idea. But what would happen if the way that it happened in Wake Forest happened in the big leagues, right? What if a coach, a player, personnel went to another team and actually handed them information? Now, we're not talking about a player getting cut or traded and giving signs. It happens all over the place, the NFL, the NBA. You're going to know plays, you're going to know schemes, all that kind of stuff. You're going to bring in guys so that you can find out that information. But what if it ended up being a guy who said, you know what, I really don't like being here, or I want to get back at these guys, so here's what you're going to see. If it's this count, you're going to look for this. If it's this, you're going to look for this. What's the sign sequence? Here's what this means. Baseball has such a deeply rooted history and all the unwritten rules, some of which as fans we hate. But you can't do that. We know that Wake Forest was wrong. He's probably ruined his career. He's ruined his reputation, everything. But even I think it would be more so in baseball. it is considered the gentleman's game, right? You still play as gentlemen. You're going to do everything you can to win, but there are certain lines that you don't cross. And to me, giving that kind of information to a team is crossing the line. I don't think it would have blown up as big as it had in Wake Forest and the NCAA. I'm sure it would be talked about, and that person would be completely bashed out of baseball. But I'm not so sure that the way that it was handled in the media would have happened had it been in the big leagues. The end result would have been the same, and it would have made you begin to wonder how many other people may be relaying information. I doubt it goes very deep. Sign stealing is going to stay a big thing. We love it. It's all part of the competitive advantage. Russell Martin accused hitters of doing it, but at the end of the day, what he said is it's not their fault, it's mine. I should have noticed it faster. Catchers and pitchers know they have to be just as aware of what other hitters and other runners are doing trying to steal signs as the runners and hitters need to be of, are they tipping something? Just like I wouldn't want a batter to look down and try and take a peek at what the catcher's doing, but if the guy on second's peeking in and figures something out and is able to relay it, hey, fix your signs up, figure it out. It's the beauty of baseball. It's the beauty of what the game is. It's why we love it so much. So let me know what you think. Do you think it would be as huge of a deal in baseball as it was in football? I don't think it would, but I want to hear your take. Let me know at OO Left Field on Twitter, Out of Left Field hosted by Chris and Graham on Facebook, also the Out of Left Field baseball community on Facebook. Love having you guys there. You guys have been great to us, putting all the information out there, interacting, talking to us. And hey, don't forget, like the YouTube video, subscribe to the channel. We want to keep on bringing out more content to you so that every single week you know we're going to bring you great stuff coming straight out of left field. See you guys soon. Merry Christmas from Chris and I.